Welcome to today's video on Happy Tales. Today we are going to be talking about all the pros and cons of a Maltese, one of my favourite breeds in the entire world and the dog that I spent most of my teenage years growing up with. My mum's dog, hilariously named Batman, has been my best friend since the day we brought him home and continues to bring so much joy to everyone's life. These adorable little white fluffy dogs were actually initially bred to be pets for wealthy families, including royalty, which honestly explains a lot about their pickiness and strong-willed nature where they will stop at nothing to get what they want, including going on hunger strikes because they don't like their food. So, if you're thinking of adding one of these little marshmallow-looking dogs to your family or just want to learn a little more about who they are, stick around while we give you a complete rundown of the Maltese. Let's start with all of the pros. Number 1, they are one of the smallest dog breeds. Maltese are very small dogs that only grow between 7 and 12 inches. Their weight is usually only about 3 to 4 kilos as well, making them very easy when it comes to transportation, walking them, and is also more cost friendly when it comes to food, medication, vet bills, and insurance. Number 2, they are lively and playful. Maltese are usually happy, playful little dogs who love to run around and play with kids. This makes them great family dogs where there are children. Although, it is important to note that because of their small size, they are more at risk of being hurt, so be sure to teach your kids to treat them gently so as to not risk injuring them. Young kids who are able to understand their size are great, but toddlers may pose a bit of an issue. Number 3, they don't shed. Maltese do not shed hair, making them a great option for those with allergies. It also means that you won't have to be picking hair out of your clothes constantly, which is a win. Number 4, they have a very sweet and calm nature. Although they are quite lively and energetic while they are young, as they age, Maltese develop a beautiful, sweet and calm nature which makes them a perfect option for elderly people or even a single person. They also don't tend to be the most destructive dogs either, in comparison to other breeds. Number 5, they are extremely loyal. Maltese dogs can get along with most people, including strangers they have just met, but make no mistake, they absolutely love their families and become quite attached to them very quickly. They would probably prefer a nice, relaxing day at home with their family than anything else. Number 6, they don't have a very high amount of energy. As I mentioned before, when they are very young, they require more stimulation and exercise to keep their energy levels at bay and keep them healthy both physically and mentally. But as they get older, they get a little more lazy. My family dog, for example, makes it no further than the driveway when you try to take him for a walk before stomping on the ground and refusing to move any further. Yes, he definitely prefers car rides and would be carried around everywhere in someone's arms if he could have everything his way. Number 7, they make great apartment dogs. Their small size means that they do not require a big backyard in order for them to stay happy and healthy, and they can live happy lives in an apartment setting. As always, it's still important to make sure that they are getting in some sort of exercise in their daily routine through play and regular walks. Number 7, they make great apartment dogs. Their small size means that they do not require a big backyard in order for them to stay happy and healthy, and they can live happy lives in an apartment setting. As always, it's still important to make sure that they are getting in some sort of exercise in their daily routine through play and regular walks. So now that we've discussed all of the wonderful pros of the Maltese, let's take a look at any possible cons that are also present with them. Number 1, their small size poses a higher risk of injury. Although their small size contributes to a variety of pros, it also itself can be a con. Maltese are at higher risk of being stepped on, dropped, or even hurt accidentally when you're trying to pick them up. For this reason, it is important to handle them with care and always be mindful of them in your home, and also making sure that your kids know how to appropriately handle them in a gentle manner. They are pretty fragile dogs, and we all know how expensive vet bills can be, so best to be as careful as you can so as to not accidentally hurt them. Number 2, they can be snappy if they are hurt. This one ties in a little to the first con. Because they are so small and tend to get hurt more than larger dogs, they can sometimes snap in defense. As I mentioned earlier, this is why it is so important to teach young children to be gentle with them, and also why young children such as toddlers may not be the best to have around a Maltese. Because at the end of the day, if they get hurt and snap at a toddler, it's not going to be a good time for anyone, but it is ultimately not the dog's fault, as they are purely trying to establish boundaries and they cannot communicate this in any other way. Number 3, they are prone to separation anxiety. Maltese absolutely love their families, and in turn, a lot of them hate being away from their families. If they are left home alone for long periods of time, they can definitely become quite upset, and this can lead to very bad anxiety and a lot of barking. Maltese are companion dogs that love to be in the company of their humans as much as they can, so they may not be a good fit for your family if they are going to be home alone all the time. Having a stressed out, anxious dog isn't a positive experience for them or for you. Number 4, they are known for being notoriously difficult to toilet train. This is a big one that my family can vouch for. Maltese are known for being quite difficult to house train. It can actually take years for them to fully pick it up, and any stressful factors such as moving houses are bound to contribute to making it even more difficult and can almost reset the entire process if they are still in the middle of being trained. Number 5, they do require more grooming. Because of their non-shedding coat, it is important that Maltese dogs are brushed every day so that they are not able to develop matting in their hair. They also require regular haircuts, especially through warmer periods of the year, so they aren't at risk of overheating. Number 6, they are quite picky with their food. This is another one that my family can definitely vouch for. As I mentioned earlier, Maltese can be very picky with their food, and they have absolutely no problem in starving themselves if that's what it takes for you to feed them something else. My family dog is so stubborn that he will regularly go on hunger strikes if he doesn't like the food that he is being given. The vet has also confirmed with us that he is no stranger to seeing this sort of behaviour among Maltese dogs. They sure haven't forgotten about their royal roots, where they likely sat upon a throne being fanned by their own personal servants who hand-fed them only the highest quality meats. Number 7, they are prone to arthritis and other issues with their joints. Like most small breeds, Maltese are at a high risk of developing arthritis and serious issues with their joints, even more so than other small dog breeds because their legs are very small. A lot of Maltese end up requiring surgery when they get older because of this, and it is not a cheap surgery by any means. This also makes it much more important to keep them at a healthy weight so that they aren't having more strain put on their little legs. This is definitely something you want to take into consideration, and perhaps will make you think about also getting them pet insurance. If your house has a lot of stairs or areas that they will constantly need to be jumping over, and you're not willing to install ramps or another means of making their life easier for them, then they may not be the right breed for you. The Maltese breed have hilariously stubborn and lively personalities. They are absolutely adorable dogs, so they don't tend to find it too difficult to get what they want. These tiny little marshmallows are sure to bring you so much joy if you do decide to bring one into your home. They will be your best loyal friend, and all they ask for in return is for your love and care and the tastiest food that you can possibly offer them. Disclaimer: please remember that dogs are a huge responsibility, and that when you get a dog, you are taking on the responsibility to care for that dog for the rest of its life, not just for while it's a puppy. Dogs are never an appropriate gift to get for someone as a surprise gift. If you are shopping for a dog or puppy, only ever buy one from a registered, reputable breeder. And lastly, please do consider adopting rather than shopping where you can. Thank you so much for watching this video, and let me know down below in the comments, what's your favourite Maltese quirk?